It's getting freaking wild here. Not just the US, but the entire Earth. People are passing away like crazy from cancer. I'm about to show you something really scary about cancer in a minute. And also, people aren't having children. I just warned y'all about this not too long ago. So you know how every single year that goes by, it seems like more and more and more of your friends are unable to have a baby for some reason? Now, before we get into infertility again, which is plaguing the United States, let me show you something very, very scary that the World Health Organization said. Cancer cases around the world are expected to surge to 77%. 77%. 3/4 of the earth will have cancer by 2050. As you all know, cancer has been very quickly raising the last few years.
Alright, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Ahmad Bayan coming to you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Alright, you're seeing on your screen what is going on. Alright. And these are things that we warn earlier about, talked earlier about, preach this word many times, and let all you know is to turn back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright? You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. I would say in here, I don't want to say the word, alright, but you see in it here, with that expected, it's surge 77% worldwide by 2050. Alright, they say by 2050. Alright, which we're not going to no, these devils have the calculation way off. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is already upon us. Alright, he's already visiting the earth, as the scripture talk about. Alright, so seeing what it is the brother here talking about, with how many people getting sick, how many people dying from this disease, how much people not being able to produce children. All this was planned. It was planned. And it was planned how long now? About for decades now. Alright? Now what I will do is just play it back, so at least you will get the gist of where everything leading to. And I'll have another video to show you, and then we'll bring out some scriptures.
It's getting freaking wild here. Not just the US, but the entire Earth. People are passing away like crazy from cancer. I'm about to show you something really scary about cancer.
A lot of people passing away. Alright? A lot of people passing away. And all these things is already written in the scriptures. All these things has to happen before the coming of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright?
In a minute. And also, people aren't having children. I just warned y'all about this not too long ago. So you know how every single year that goes by, it seems like more and more and more of your friends are unable to have a baby for some reason?
And that is to do with what? The jump shot. That is to do with what? The Maxine Waters. That everyone was so afraid to not lose their job and these kind of things. They wanted to continue in that lifestyle. So these devils and them, what they did, they brought across that Maxine Waters, they brought across the virus. Alright, these are the things they did to basically have all here in that mind bubble way, trusting in them. Alright, they come with the problem, and then they create the problem, Salakia, and then they come with the solution. The enemy come with the problem and come with the solution. That is a red flag right there. So that's not somebody to trust. Alright? As the scriptures say, that's roughly paraphrasing, when the righteous is an authority, the people rejoice. You're not seeing anybody rejoicing today. Alright? But when the wicked bear it rule, the people mourn. And this is what you're seeing. People mourning. You're seeing rumors of wars. You know, civil war is going to kick off just now. Alright? All these things is just a stage right now that these devil is doing to, they're setting the stage actually, you know, to bring forth all these different scenarios. Alright? As you're seeing what's going on in Babylon the Great right now, America, you know, with all these immigrants that's swarming in, thousands, millions. Alright? Is to bring forth that purge. Now let's continue here.
Before we get into infertility again, which is plaguing the United States, let me show you something very, very scary that the World Health Organization said. Cancer cases around the world are expected to surge to 77%. 77%. 3/4 of the earth will have cancer by 20.
You say by 2050, that calculation way off, you know, because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you know, what he did, he's speeding up the time, you know, for the elect's sake. Just roughly paraphrasing. Alright? So, hey, these devils and them don't have long here again. Not at all. Now, what I want to do, I want to bring out a video. Alright? Let's go into Bill Gates of Hell. Alright? Now it might be a little lengthy, but is for edification's sake.
From a certain increase in of CO2 to what temperature will be and where the positive feedbacks are, there's some uncertainty there, but not very much. And there's certainly uncertainty about how bad those effects will be, but they will be extremely bad. I asked the top scientists in this several times, do we really have to get down to near zero? Can't we just, you know, cut it in half or a quarter? And the answer is that until we get near to zero, the temperature will continue to rise. And so that's a big challenge. It's very different than saying, you know, we're a 12-foot high truck trying to get under a 10-foot bridge and we can just sort of squeeze under.
Right, so for those of you who little lost right now, all right, just to put everything in a nutshell, this is about climate change here. All right, this is 14 years ago. All right, and I remember seeing this video, and he had said something very, very, very striking that it went over a lot of people's head when they heard it. You know, they didn't think about what is happening today is what it is this man was speaking about 14 years ago. Alright? And all this was in play even before that. Alright?
This is something that has to get to zero. Now, we put out a lot of carbon dioxide every year, over 26 billion tons. For each American, it's about 20 tons. For people in poor countries, it's less than 1 ton. It's an average about 5 tons for everyone on the planet. And somehow we have to make changes that will bring that down to zero. It's been constantly going up. It's only various economic changes that have even flattened it at all. So we have to go from rapidly rising to falling and falling all the way to zero. This equation has 4 factors, a little bit of multiplication. So you've got a thing on the left, CO2, that you want to get to zero. And that's going to be based on the number of people, the services each person's using on average, the energy on average for each service, and the CO2 being put out per unit of energy. So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. That's back from high school algebra. But let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Really great job on people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, health care, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. But there we see an increase of
Alright, only see it for yourself. Alright, only seeing this for yourself. So it's just to show you that, you know, this is something that went over a lot of people's heads. Alright, and by just seeing or by just hearing from this devil mouth, alright, you're seeing where this video,
As you all know,
you know, will tie together with it. Alright, and these devils, they sit back and they did the research, you know, on Jake and whatnot. Because if you see for yourself that these devils, this man, he spoke about bringing down a number to 0. Alright, and it has to do with the population. Alright, it has to do with the Maxine Waters and so forth. Alright, so carrying it back a little for you all to hear it again.
let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Right, so they want to lower the amount of people. Now it also, as we know, these devils, you know, the elites, all right, the top banking families and so forth, all right, they want the world to be down to 500 million people. All right, and I think I have another screenshot here. Now this here was from, I think, 3 years ago, I believe. All right, it's saying here, after 6.5 billion people DIE, all right, unalive, and there are only 500 million people left, what happens to the cities? All right, now this is where the 15-minute cities and whatnot will be coming in to play, because they only want a certain amount of people on the earth. All right, and they also aiming at, and for them to accomplish this is where this
cancer has been
video coming in now. This is where they are accomplishing it, you know, by the Maxine Waters causing people to deteriorate in inside. You know, they might look good outside, but inside is, you know, Santa rotten, and things ain't functioning the way it's supposed to function anymore. All right, so you're basically looking like a potato. You know, you might look good outside, but you know, inside is not all and good. All right, and this is these devils and them plan. And now you don't even have to take the Maxine Waters to get to that extent. Now you have to just basically be eating the foods that this devil has come out with.
From a certain increase in of CO2.
All right, you have to eat the shit this man making. All right, down to your vegetables, down to your meats and all these things down to your fish. You understand? All these things that you're eating, that you're consuming now, the tampering with it way more than before now. All right, and by they doing that, they causing others to get those minerals and whatnot into your system, to cause you to be unalive. All right, and to cause these women also to not have children, not to reproduce, to make the man's sperm count can even shoot nothing again. All right, This is what these devils doing. All right. As I just say that there, scripture come to my mind. It's the book of Psalm 64 and 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." And those wicked is who? The top banking families, the elites, the small actors, the Caucasians, the Syrians, whatever you want to call them, the assholes, whatever you want to call them, it worth calling them names because, they are the wicked. It says, "Who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows, and to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not." All right. So they come at the poor. They come at Israel. They did that diligent search. Seeking out their iniquities and whatnot. To see how best they could get rid of the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, which are the biblical Hebrew Israelites, which they know that we are the Lord's people. All right. But this devil, he's basically fighting for his birthright. That's why he's coming down with great wrath very soon. All right. Now it says here, verse 5, "They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of lying snares. Privily they say, who shall see them?" All right. And this is what they're doing. All right. They come with an evil matter. They come up with the traps. They say, well, let's give them this. Let's give them new things to eat. Let me get rid of the authentic stuff and make bioweapons, in the form of foods, because Jake and everybody had to eat. So they suffer people in that way, make things expensive, and then bring across food supplies that might be a little cheaper, but it will be more deadlier. All right, that causing people to basically be unalive, people not being able to produce children anymore, and so forth. So this is all they plan. Look, the phone had a chime on that one. This is their plan. All right. So it says here, verse 6, "They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thoughts of every one of them, and their heart is deep." All right, their mind is deep, so they search out iniquities, they do all these wickedness. All right, they come against us in this particular way, to try to get rid of us. All right, but for you to stand strong and to be safe from these wicked, you have to turn back to your Bashim Yahushai. All right, you have to. If you don't, well, guess what? You're going to end up in the snare, which is the trap. Let's get the book of Proverbs 22 and 22. It says, "Rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate." All right. So these devils, they are the ones, they rob the poor, they oppress us. All right. They come at us in different forms, shapes, and ways, however you want to put it. This is how these devils and them come across. All right. Because they have their agenda. Their agenda is to get everyone at 500 million people on the earth, you know. But guess what? It's not Jake. Jake ain't gonna be included into that. Alright? They're looking to eliminate Jake. That's why the Lord said he will shorten the time, you know, for the elect's sake. Alright, and he is shortening the time. Because right now these devils and them also notice, the scientists, they also notice that the earth even spinning even faster than it used to. So we know that the time is speeding up. Let's get the book of Ezekiel, Salakia 22 and verse 29. It says, the people of the land have used oppression and exercised robbery and have vexed the poor and needy. Yeah, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. Alright? So the way how Esau Edom, you know, the so-called white man doing his things, alright, he hasn't got judged for it from since the time of Adam and Eve, when it is he pull up on Eve and he seduced Eve, you know, he make Eve sin. Alright? That is that serpent. It was not a literal snake. It wasn't no apple. It was not like that. Alright? It was a man. Alright? From the serpent nation. Alright? And that man was reborn into Cain. Then Cain slew Abel. Cain did the first murder on the earth. Right? That's why the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, ye are like your father the devil. He was a murderer from the beginning. Alright? That is Cain they're talking about. And then from Cain was reincarnate to Esau. Alright? And Esau is who today? The so-called white man. Alright? The top banking families. They are the ones who ruling today. But you all know that. You all know that. Because we've been saying it how many times already in our videos. Alright, so I'll read it over here again. Ezekiel 22 and 29. The people of the land have used oppression and exercised robbery and have vexed the poor and needy. You're not seeing people vex. The same scripture I quote earlier on, you know, when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So this is what they're doing. Alright, this is what they're doing. Yeah, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. Alright? But they're going to get punished for all these things. You know? For coming against the poor, for coming against the Israelites. You know? You have to remember, we are the Lord's apple. We are the apple of the Lord's eye. Alright? And for these devils coming against us, you know, they have the judgment coming very soon. Alright? This is Proverbs 17 and verse 5. It says, whoso mocketh the poor reapproacheth his maker, and he that is glad at calamities shall not be unpunished. Alright? So when this man come against us Hebrew Israelites, alright, which is really targeting the men of the Lord who's sighing and crying on the highways and hedges right now, he's aiming at us. That's why he's coming with the famine of the word. Alright? That's why he's breaking down, he's getting rid of TikTok. That's why he's getting rid of these other platforms. Alright? And getting rid of TikTok right now is just I forget what they call it. You know, it's like a claw they're going to use to be able to take down other websites, to take down anybody that basically going against what they see. Alright? And this is what they're coming with. So TikTok is the first step, and then from there you're going to see a chain reaction start to take place, and that is where the famine of the world going to come in. You know, YouTube and all, they're going to come down. Alright? Just now we won't be able to come out on the streets. You won't hear us on the videos anymore. And this is right now is the time to take heed and turn back to your Hashem Yahushai, or else they're going to be war unto you. Right? So at the end of the day, these devils and them, you know, this video that I show here, these devils and them, they basically making their own tongue fall upon themselves. Alright? This is the book of Psalms. Let's get that. The book of Psalms 64 and verse 8. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Alright? And the ones who will flee away is the ones who have at least some sort of sense. Alright? But most of the jakes out there, you know, most of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, all they ain't fleeing away. You know? All they actually run into them. All they actually hoping that these people come up with a solution to bring back some sort of normalcy. But all they ain't realize this is the new normal to all here. Right? All they had to take all they get. And by taking this, he's going to come with that MOTB. That MOTB is what? The RFID total chip. And that same one that Elon Musk came out with the brain chip. Alright? These are the marks of this devil, of Esau Edom. Alright? These are the things that he's coming with. This is how he's going to be able to control 500 million people. That's what he's playing out in his mind. But it's not going to reach quite to that extent, because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is coming soon. Alright? So we'll play over a little piece.
Very quickly raising the last few years. But in the infertility of the US, but the entire earth. It's getting freaking wild here. Not just the US, but the entire earth. People are passing away like crazy from cancer. I'm about to show you something really scary about cancer in a minute. And also, people aren't having children. I just warned y'all about this not too long ago.
Right, so it's all about the food, the different things that this devil, you know, putting out there for people to eat and whatnot. You know, all these things is taking a toll onto people and causing people not to progress the way how they used to. Alright? Because if you really take a look at it and really think about it, no one has that immune system like before. Alright? And as I say, you don't have to take the Maxine water. You know, you just have to go and eat some sort of vegetables that this devil created. And boom, you get sick. Boom, you get infected. Not only that, it caused a spike where it is you saw a lot of people, you know, sleeping with each other and whatnot, and now you're hearing it have new different variants of STDs and whatnot going on out there. Alright? And it also has and that's so lucky, and that is also another way that it's being spread, you know. So someone who has the Maxine waters, you know, who got infected, when that person go to sleep with Tom, Dick and Harry, what do you think gonna happen? Tom, Dick and Harry get sick too. Alright? So these devils and them, they know what they're doing. Alright? That's why they are going to be judged. That's why they're going to be destroyed. Alright? Right, so these devils, you know, you have to keep your eye open. You know, I just want to bring out that video here to shed some light on that. You know, so lucky for the lengthy video. Alright, so I would like to give all praises honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and salutation to the faithful elect. Shalom and Abad Babul.